So we're in the garden today because I got some radishes that are ready to harvest. I'm going to show you a few different ways to prepare these. And if you're thinking about starting a garden, radish is a great vegetable to start with because they're so easy to plant. From the time you put the seed in the ground till they're ready to harvest, it's about 28 days. That's good. So we'll bring these in, clean them up, and we'll get them prepared.
Alright guys, we got all our radishes harvested. We got them in the house and now we'll start preparing them for cooking. First we'll take a knife and we'll trim off the root here. Discard that. And then we'll take off the tops. You want to keep all those leaves. They're perfectly edible. There's a lot you could do with them. A lot of times people throw them out. We're going to show you a good way to use them here. And we'll do this with the rest of our radishes. We'll take all our radish bulbs and we'll keep them in a bowl of water to remove any excess dirt. And then we'll take our radish screens. We'll rinse them under a faucet to remove as much dirt and grime as we can. Don't forget these were outside in our garden, so they are going to be very dirty. We want to make sure that we clean these as best that we can. Now we'll submerge them in a bowl of water. And then we'll let all the dirt go to the bottom of the bowl. We'll remove our greens. And then we'll repeat this process 2 or 3 more times until they're completely clean and there's no more dirt. And the best way to do this, and the best way to test this, is to taste the green. And if it tastes gritty, you got to keep doing it. And we'll do the same thing with our radish bulbs. Let all the dirt sink to the bottom. We'll remove them and repeat the process until our radish bulbs are completely clean. So the first way we're going to prepare our radishes is we're going to pickle them. So we're going to make a quick pickling liquid. Very simple. I'm going to take some cider vinegar, 1 cup, add that to a saucepan. We'll add half a cup of water to that. And we'll add 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of a peppercorn mix of white peppercorn, black peppercorn, and pink peppercorns. And then we'll add 1 cinnamon stick to this. We'll put our pickling liquid onto the stovetop. We'll bring that to a boil and shut off the heat and let it rest. Now that our pickling liquid is combined, we could slice our radishes to be pickled. I'm going to use this mandolin here. If you want to use this, please be very careful. This is extremely sharp, and if you miss and hit your finger, it will not be good, as I have done many times in the restaurant. So we'll slice the radishes nice and thin, very uniform, and we'll add them to our mason jar. If you don't feel comfortable with the mandolin, you could use a knife. Just slice them as evenly as you can, so everything will pickle nice and evenly. We'll add everything to our mason jar, and then we'll pour in our pickling liquid. Make sure all the radishes are submerged. Don't forget the cinnamon stick, add nice flavor. And then we'll just put a lid on this. And there we go. Could refrigerate this, and we got pickled radishes. Now we're going to make cinnamon sugar radish chips. These are a nice, sweet, healthy treat. So basically the same thing we did with the pickling, we're going to do here. We're going to cut them into slices, and this helps the bigger the radish you have. They are going to seize up a bit as they turn into chips in the oven, so the bigger the radish, the better. We're going to put these in a microwave safe bowl, and we're going to put that in the microwave for about 30 seconds to soften them up a bit. Now that the radishes are softened, we'll add them to a bowl. We'll add a splash of olive oil to that, and we'll add in a squeeze of honey. It'll help our cinnamon sugar mixture stick better. And this is just granulated sugar and ground cinnamon mixed together. We'll sprinkle that on generously. Give it a good mix, get everything coated. And we'll add those to a baking tray lined with parchment paper. We want to spread these out evenly. We don't want them on top of each other because we want them to crisp up. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to put these in for about 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, we'll remove our tray from the oven and we'll lower our temperature to 250 degrees. And we want to take all of our radish slices and we're going to give them a flip. And we'll put these back in the oven for another 25 minutes or so until they become nice and crispy. We're going to take our radish greens and make a beautiful pesto out of it. So we'll add all of our greens to some boiling water. I have no salt added to this. We can season it later. Right now we just want to remove the bitterness and cook the radish greens through. Leave them in there for about a minute. And we'll remove them from the water onto a baking tray lined with a towel. Spread it out so they cool down. Don't be like me and use your hands. Use a pair of tongs. And we'll put it in the fridge or the freezer for just a couple of minutes. So now that our blanched greens are cool enough to handle, we want to remove any excess moisture. So we want to wrap up in the towel, give it a little squeeze, and then we want to transfer that to another clean towel and squeeze as much moisture out as we possibly can. I added our radish greens to the blender with a little bit of olive oil to get it started. And add more olive oil until you have a nice vortex. We want to let that blend for a little bit until all the little specks are gone and it's nicely combined. And I'm using a Vitamix. It's one of the best blenders you can get. And I've worked in a lot of restaurants and I've never seen one of them that did not have a Vitamix. So it is the industry standard. Our pesto is looking nice and smooth. Most of the small specks are gone. Now we can finish it. So I have a bowl filled with ice water, and on top of that I have another bowl. And this is very important because this is going to instantly cool down our pesto. Because the pesto gets very hot being in the blender. So this is going to cool it down and it's going to keep that nice vibrant green color. If we don't do this, it's going to turn like an army green, and we don't want that. We'll add some salt and adjust the seasoning. And then this will be finished. This is great for pasta, hot or cold. We'll put this on a plate, make sure it looks nice. There we go.
There it is. Radishes, homegrown in our garden, 3 different ways. Pickled, took the radish tops, don't throw away those tops, made a pesto out of them. And then we got some nice radish chips, some cinnamon sugar on there. Great healthy snack. And try growing radishes. They really are easy. They germinate very easily, and within 28 days, they're fully matured and ready to pick. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We put out new videos weekly. And thanks for watching.